Welcome back to Consumer Lab. Today we're going to talk about this Humane AI Pin, which is the greatest device ever. Because I got tired of guys talking about it's the worst device ever. And here at Consumer Lab, we're going to show you it's not. We're going to show how great this device is. Because a lot of them clowns, such as Marcus Brown, CNET, Verge, all these guys, everything but tech. These guys don't know what they're talking about. They're just, like they said, their own words. They're tech geeks, and that's all they are. But in order to truly understand this product, you have to understand technology. Here at Consumer Lab, we build, we make, and we create. So we understand it. And by the way, I'm recording this live. There's no editing, so it's going to be a lot of shakiness going, a lot of vocals not clear. We don't care. We want you to see it for what this product is. So let's get right into it. Let's address everything that these guys said it wasn't. Because let me tell you something. They have made tremendous progress in this device. A lot of updates has been made. And look at the log, you're going to see, wow, they did a lot of great things. So let's take a look at it. Let's get right to it. Let's ask you some questions and see how it works out. Tell me what blood vessels are. So now I'm asking what blood vessels.
Blood vessels are tubular structures that carry blood throughout the body. They include arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins carry blood back to the heart, and capillaries connect arteries and veins, allowing for the exchange of oxygen, nutrients, and waste products between blood and tissues.
So as you can see, it's very fast. Right off, I mean, I couldn't finish my speech before he went to give me an answer. So that's just a sample. We're going to have a lot more videos to show you how powerful this thing is. We just give you a quick overview and see how it is. So as far as the speed, connectivity is great. Now, just like your cell phone, there are places, locations that you go to that you just can't get service that great. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? There's been places, I went to Georgia not too long ago. I couldn't get service there. I've been to West Virginia, same thing. There are just places you go, you just don't get service. There was a video done, and I seen them doing a video in Manhattan. Let me tell you something. If you ever been in Manhattan, there are big buildings. There's always going to be dead spots. And especially if you got 5G service. 5G, as we all should know, is not, it will not be able to penetrate a lot of things, especially huge steel buildings. So I don't know why guys are going to Manhattan talking about, oh, I can't get this. Like, you're an idiot. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, think about where you're at, where your location is, right? Even your cell phone, there are places where you can't get signal, or the signal is very weak, right? You get what I'm saying? So as far as connectivity, as you can see, this thing is very quick, very fast. Another issue they said was the laser. The laser, are you for real? The laser is, this device is not built for you to sit there with your hands all day up in the air talking about, oh yeah, let me watch my videos, let me watch my movie. No, it's not made for that. This device is kind of like a secondary device. By the way, it's got its own, you got his phone number, you got messages, you got email, all that stuff. You're able to access this as if it's as if it is. It got all the onboard natural cellular service features, which is way better than the R1. R1, you can't do no phone calls with that. It got none of the cellular features with it, right? Like, think about that. All it can do is get data. It does not make phone calls. So that's a bummer. So I don't know why they're trying to compare the Rabbit R1 with this. Now, the Rabbit R1, I'll just make a quick statement about it. It basically doesn't make sense to have in your pocket, especially when you got a cellular phone to do all that. I can just open ChatGPT for that. But this device, worst case scenario, you got a phone with you. Look how small and convenient. But not only do I have a phone with me, I also have a research assistant with me. I have someone who can answer questions on the dime without having me lift in my pocket. For example, let's do stocks. What's the latest stock price for Ford Motors?
Checking Ford stock price. The latest stock price for Ford is $11.78.
So as you can see, let's do a 52-week average. Give me a 52-week average. So now I'm going to do
52-week average. The 52-week average stock price for Ford is $12.23.
So as you can see, I didn't even have to ask it the same. Like, I didn't have to ask it the second time, oh, give me a 52-week average for Ford, right? It still remembered the first question. And I went to the second question where I didn't even have to mention Ford name, but it still understood what it was. You know what I'm saying? So this is great. This is just show you how this device has been improved. And you can check out, I kid you not, Every single month, they made massive improvements on the software. They did a fantastic job on it. That ideal, like I said, for the CNET, Verb, Market, all these clown talking about all this worst advice. I don't know what they're talking about. These guys don't build, they don't make like here we do at Consumer Lab. Let's keep it going. Let's do something else. How about medication? You're in a pharmacy. By the way, I was in a pharmacy. My voice is a little hoarse right now. A little getting over a cold. And I was in that pharmacy. And I was like, yo, let me check it out. Let me see what's on the shelf here. And let me let this thing analyze and find out what product is probably best for me with my condition. So let's make up something and see what it says. Let's talk about, all right, let's say we had a comparison. We in a shelf, we in a store, pharmacy, and we got Tylenol and Bear. Let's see if this thing knows the difference between the two. Let's do it. What's the difference between Bear and Tylenol?
Comparing Bayer and Tylenol. Bayer aspirin is an NSAID with anti-inflammatory properties, while Tylenol, acetaminophen, is an analgesic and antipyretic without anti-inflammatory effects.
Look at that. You see how that worked? Very quick, very fast. I got two description. Let's go a further question with this and see what it says. Which one could be more beneficial for a headache?
Comparing Bayer and Tylenol. Both Bayer and Tylenol can be effective for headaches. Bayer may provide additional benefits if inflammation is involved, while Tylenol is good for pain relief and fever reduction without addressing inflammation.
So look at that, look at that. This is how we working it. I'm still on with the same question. It still remembers my question I asked earlier. This thing is amazing. We need to stop the nonsense. These guys don't, and look how fast it is. You can see the fastest, the speediness of the response for Humane AI Pin. So I'm showing you that this product is a great product. These guys, when they gave their review, these guys didn't know what they was talking about. They probably in a building where they couldn't really get access. Probably because remember, the service provider here is T-Mobile, right? So I just want to put that out there. And T-Mobile, as you know, there's going to be places where you just don't get service great. But guess what? I got AT&T, the same old, same old. We have Verizon, same old, same old. There's going to be places where you just don't get the best service. However, here's a great notch to this is that you can hook this up to, guess what? To your Wi-Fi. You can do that as well. That way you constantly get that service. They never did that. No clowns didn't do that. They probably even know how to even access the Bluetooth. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry, we're going to do a lot more videos on Humane AI Pin. We just trying to show you that it's things for real. We're going to talk about something about the visual, right? So now, like I said, I use this everywhere. I went to the pharmacy. I went to the supermarkets. I went to concerts. I traveled states. I've been everywhere with this bad boy just to test it out and see how effective it is. And don't worry, leave a comment below and we're going to show you more stuff. But just to show you a good example, I went to a graduation basically yesterday, and I asked it to tell me how many names is on this list of students that graduate. And I did a comparison between Open AI, basically ChatGPT. ChatGPT told me it was 166 names on there, on that one sheet. It was totally wrong. But guess who got it right? The AI Pin. AI Pin told me 100 names. It was perfectly right. It was 100% right. And I counted that bad boy. It was right. You see how that worked? See, the thing about the Humane AI Pin that I think that they need to promote more is that the Humane AI Pin, it is using multiple LLMs, large language models. So it's using ChatGPT. It's using Gemini. Matter of fact, the Gemini 1.5 is great for visual. Like this thing is able to see it, analyze, and tell me exactly what is in front of it. It's a great device. So is this convenient? Is this great? Of course it is. Is it a phone? No, it's not. I mean, is it a phone in the sense I should restate that, right? It's a phone because it can make phone calls, right? It got cellular features, of course. But is it the cellular phone that you're used to with a big 6x7-inch screen? No, it's not. But who want two phones in their pocket? Most people today have how many phones? Two. Some people have three. But do I want two big phones in my pocket? I'm walking around with two huge 6x7-inch phones in my pocket. No, I want one phone and something nice and convenient. And do I want everybody calling me on these two phones connected? Because some people complain about, oh, well, you know, I don't like my phone on my pen the same as my phone on my cell. Do I really want that? The answer is probably no. Call me on my phone. This phone I might want for exclusive. Might want this for my business. You know, people on the business side to call me, or vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Like, that makes more sense. So let's talk about the battery life. Battery life for this thing is great. I'm gonna tell you now, I've been running this all day long for a couple of hours now. Let's see what the battery life is right now. What's the current battery life?
90%, booster 91%.
There you go. I ain't gotta talk to you no more about this. They need to stop the nonsense. They have made so much improvements on this that it's fantastic. I'm telling you, you see it yourself. I'm doing live with you guys. That's why I'm not editing it. There'll be no editing. There'll be no cuts here. There's no gonna be no me, talking through anything. Nah, I'm letting you see for yourself. This thing is a fantastic device. It's like having a researcher right along with you. Now, let's talk about that temperature. So I have used a thermal imaging camera, right? I used it before. Check out some of my past video, early comments, and I measured the temperature with that. Now, our bodies run temperature between 97 to 98, maybe a little bit decimals above. But this thing, we measured the temperature. It came out to about 101. So it's 101, it's about a couple of degrees higher, right? So not much, but your temperature is 98. You're already at almost 100. So this is not going to burn you. It's not going to scar your skin or anything like that, right? Let's ask AI Pin just in case you don't believe me. At what temperature can your skin start to burn?
Checking burn temperature.
You know, why not asking him AI Pin on what it thinks about at what temperature?
Skin can start to burn at temperatures as low as 43 degrees Celsius or 109.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Full thickness burns can occur at 52 degrees Celsius or 125 degrees Fahrenheit within 2 minutes, and at 54 degrees Celsius or 130 degrees Fahrenheit within 30 seconds.
So there you go. So you well below the temperature of any type of skin burns and that type of nonsense. But here's another thing. Even if you feel uncomfortable with some of the heat, why does it heat? That's the question. And these guys could never answer that question. They just, it burns, blah, blah. No, maybe you got sensitive skin. That's a possibility. But what's really happening? Why do it even heat up? Because like your cellular phone. You see your phone you got? By the way, it's an Apple phone, right? So I'm not hating on Apple, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing you gotta understand. Whenever you charging something, it heats up. This is heating up because it's charging. People don't understand that. And once it finishes charging, it doesn't heat up no more. Meaning what? So on the back of these units, there is a booster battery. The booster battery keeps the main unit, which you see here in covered in gray. It keeps this main unit, right? It keeps it charged up to about 97%. So as it's charging it back up to keep it up to par, that's where the heat comes in. People need to understand that, right? So that's what's happening. Just like your cellular phone. A lot of time when you're charging up your phone and you don't realize your phone is really feeling very high. A lot of times because you why don't you got your shield on, you got your cover on it, right? So you don't feel it. But even right now, me holding my phone right now for this time, I feel the phone heating up. Why? Because it's expending a lot of energy. It's the expenditure of energy is the reason why your phone or any device you use get warm. Any device that's consuming electricity will get slightly warm or more warm, depending on how much energy is drawing, right? That's just life, right? And you're not taking your phone and sticking it to your body. But if you took this phone and stuck it to your body without your cover, you're going to feel that heat. I guarantee you're going to feel that heat. Will you burn? No. Same thing with this. You're not burning. Because on the back, now you may say, why is why is it sensitive or hot at one spot? Because on the back of the battery, they got metal probes that are separated. And that's where the heat is being transmitted, because obviously metal transmits heat better than plastic, right? So that's what that is. However, there's a simple solution to that. You can buy this if you feel uncomfortable. By the way, it's not going to burn you. I've been wearing it now. Underneath is the skin. I got no clothing underneath. I'm not burning up. I'm not bursting into flame, right? Right? So that's not happening. But the thing is, you can buy different shields for this, right? Add-ons. They call add-on shields, either one. And the other shield doesn't charge up the main unit. So if you're wearing thinner clothing, you could put that shield on. It won't charge the unit at all. You still gonna work with this. By the way, this unit do not need the shield to actually work, but it keeps it charged up. Another thing you can do is buy the clip. They sell a clip with this. How about that one? Where you don't even have to have it on your shirt at all. Put it at the side of your pants, on your bag, whatever you want to put it at. Right? So you don't even have to do if that is so much an issue. Another beautiful thing about this thing is that guess what? You can leave it on your desk and you can activate it without wearing it. You don't need to wear this to activate it and to use it. You do not need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, if you really want to know, you can put this, and other people understand, this here is a capacitive touch. Capacitive touch. So what that does for you, that means I can literally wear clothing over it, just in case you don't want people to see what you got. I can wear a thin shirt over this, and I can touch it, and it will still activate underneath the clothing. So in other words, I can activate this even with clothing on top of this. Thin clothing, by the way, not thick clothing, not a big, thick sweater, but with thin clothing, I can still activate, which means I can wear a button-down. I got a t-shirt on underneath a button-down shirt or sweater, whatever, and underneath I can just press it from there, and I can activate. I mean, thin shirt, sorry. So this, I'm just showing the versatility. I'm showing the power of this bad boy. This is a private researcher with me constantly. I just showed you some of the stuff. I showed you stocks. I showed you medical. I showed you going to an idea of going to pharmacy. I even talked about the vision. Now, the vision of this thing is great. I'll do more of the vision, right? And we'll take that another time. Leave a comment below. Right now, we have 16 minutes. I really didn't want to go too much into it, right? But you can see how great of the device is. This being labeled as the worst device is the worst lie in probably in tech history. I said it again, it's the worst lie in tech history, because these guys that sat here and complain about this, I have had the Apple Vision Pro. I'm going to tell you, I had the Apple Vision Pro. Check out my past videos, and I returned it. I returned it just like thousands and thousands of other people did. Why didn't the CNETs, the Everything Techs, the Verge, the Marcus Browns, and them, why didn't they critique that and say that was the worst device ever? Why didn't they? Because they got Tim Cook they need. They need the Tim Cooks. They are part now of the business cycle, meaning that they need to be a part of that to get the clicks, to get the likes, to get that check. Here at Consumer Labs, we don't need that. We bought this cash money straight out the box, baby. That's what we did. So we ain't even worrying about that. But here, we build, we make, we understand. So I just want to make sure that this company, Humane AI, I'm not getting nothing from them. I guarantee I'm not getting nothing from them. But I just wanted to say that for them to sit there and label this as the worst product ever is such a tremendous lie in tech world, in tech history, that these guys should be discredited themselves. Because they're a bunch of geeks. That's what they said they are. But see, geeknism doesn't mean you're right. Right? And they talking about, well, I had people criticize me before. Well, they talking about from the consumer side. Well, guess what? I bought this. The fact that I bought this, guess what that makes me? A consumer as well. Yes, I build, we make, but we also buy stuff too. So I'm a consumer too. And I just showed you, demonstrated to you how quick, how fast, how accurate this device is. I just demonstrated that to you live, right? I didn't just rush out and bought it and then came out my wrong. Oh, well, I can't do this. Who knows where these guys was having this video being done when they couldn't access it? Who knows what happened? I don't know. But I can tell you right now, to label this as the worst device is a discredit towards giving this company its chance that it deserves. When you're willing to give a company like an Apple, you're willing to give Apple the chance, even though they made one of some of the worst devices ever. You never said that. And right, you never said it. That, like I said, I go back to Vision Pro because that's a great example of it. They made the Vision Pro, and for $3,500, I paid $3,500, right? Plus tax came out to $4,000, right? And what happened? I returned it because it did not perform what it said it was going to do, right? It basically was an iPad on my face. Who wants to think about it? Sorry, who wants to spend $3,500 plus dollars, $4,000, $5,000 for the top model just to have a Vision iOS on it? Who wants that? If you want that, what you really want, you want to be able to use the headset as if it was a Mac computer. You cannot use it like a Mac computer. You cannot download outside software onto it like a Mac computer, right? You can't do that with it. So why spend money on a basically an upscale tablet that you put on your face with great visual. You can't even, with the Vision Pro, can't even have the VR experience as you have with the Meta Quest 3. I got the Meta Quest 3. Look at some of my past videos. I have the HoloLens. Look at my past videos. I have a lot of them. So I could talk about it. And I'm not an Apple hater because like I said before, I'm recording this with an Apple 15 Pro Max. I got the watch. You've seen my past videos. I got the laptops on. So I'm not an Apple hater. I'm just trying to bring the truth to the truth. And this is not really about Apple. This is really about those YouTubers that sit there and gave it a bad review. And instead of doing a follow-up and saying, okay, let's see what's going on, they made the bad review and they left it there. You get what I'm saying? It's like going to a fire, burning, seeing a fire. Oh, yeah, throw a couple of, water on it and say, oh, man, the fire didn't go out. And, let's go and leave it in there. Why would you leave it burning and not seeing the fireman, the next team came along and was able to put out the fire? See, I'm putting out the fire. I'm letting you know that fire is out, that this product is a great product. Like I said, it's a great product. You know what I'm saying? Do every product need an improvement? Of course, every product needs an improvement. But would I label this the worst device ever? Of course not. I just demonstrate to you that it's not. I showed you the value. The value, once again, guys, I can make phone calls with, I can do email, I can do all my messages, notes. I still have the capability like an open ChatGPT. I got multiple LLMs with this device. I don't have just rely on OpenAI or ChatGPT. I got ChatGPT and I got Gemini too. And I probably gonna have more as well. Add to this little pen. Look how small this is. Look how portable this is. This is more portable than the phone I'm holding in my hand. Do that mean I'm gonna get rid of my phone? No, because I might want to watch YouTube channels, right? Right? I might want to do that, right? How great is the camera? We're gonna do a lot more reviews on this product. We're going to do a lot more reviews. Don't go away. Leave your comment below. I just want you to know, don't let these geeks sit there and tell you that, and let them be like the prime know-it-all. They do not know it all. Some of these guys don't have no degrees, no knowledge, and any other specs, I should say, more of the depth specs of it, right? I'm going to show you how a LiDAR works. This here got a built-in LiDAR. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge technology. It got a capacitive touch pad that's able to have multiple finger gestures to make it operate and get different type of operation. How about that? This thing got a built-in cellular service. How about that? Look how small it is. I mean, think about it. You look at your watch. Look at your watch. It's bigger than your Apple Watch, sure. But look how nice, convenient it is. I can place it anywhere. This thing doesn't drop off. I don't got to reach in my pocket. If I want any type of answers, if I really want to answer for something, I got to pull out my pocket. I got to click on something. I got to get all the links. I got to click on, then I got to click on the link. Like, what type of nonsense is that? Boom, I get an answer. You get what I'm saying? I talk about the visual. Now, we will be, last thing I'm going to say is, we will be doing a lot more videos demonstrating the visual capabilities of this, right? Demonstrating the audio capabilities of this. By the way, I went to a restaurant the other day. I wanted to know what the music was. I didn't need to come out my phone, open up SoundHound or some other app to find out what the name of the song is. I clicked on this bad boy and it told me the name, the record, the date, anything I wanted to know. It gave me an answer right away. And now another feature, last thing, I know I keep saying last thing, but one thing I do want you to know is that you may say, well, how do I get any type of visual information? Like I said, you can use the laser, the built-in laser is in here, by the way, but you can also use your cell phone to access this or your computer. So I could go to any terminal, computer, cell phone, tablet, anything, and I can look up a list of everything I've done, all the pictures I've done. So I don't even need to be tethered to a phone to get my access to my information. I could go to anything, computer, laptop, tablet, whatever it is. Linux, even a Linux system, doesn't even matter. A Raspberry Pi connected to a computer, I can still get access to all the stuff that I recorded, all the stuff that I've done, all the conversations I've done, anything, even my notes, everything. How about that one? Talk about that. Ain't that cool? That's crazy. So this is, once again, this is a Humane AI Pin. This is Consumer Labs. We'll get back to you. We're going to do a lot more reviews on the Humane AI Pin. It's a great product. Like I said before, I'm not getting no checks for this. I ain't getting no money for this. I paid out of my own pocket. But I do want you to know that they did Humane AI a total disservice. They critiqued it. They didn't critique it. They criticized it, put it down, said, oh, it's the worst device. They're laughing at it. But now I just showed you that they silly. They didn't know what they want to talk about, right? These guys, they are constantly updating the software. They're making the device better. And I'm telling you, this device is definitely better. And I think that what happened was some of these guys don't know a lot of stuff about it. And some of these guys just feeding off what the next guy said. The next guy said it was the worst. They went on their channel and said, yeah, it is the worst. Instead of saying, you know what, let me take the time back. Let me use it. Like here at Consumer Lab, let me use it. Let me try it out. Let me see what's going on here. Let me understand why things are happening where it happened, right? See, they didn't do that work because they're lazy. These guys just wanted you to just click on them, click. They're just clicking. That's it. They just want you to click on their channel. We don't get paid. We're not getting paid no money for this. So we don't really care. I don't need Tim Cook, right? If Tim Cook make a good product, if Apple make a product, I'm going to tell you, right? If Microsoft make a product, I'm going to tell you. I say, yo, it's a great product. And I've done that many times before. So I'm not hating on nothing, but I'm going to tell you the truth. If you want to know the truth, you come here, sign up here, subscribe, Consumer Lab. If you don't want to know the truth, you go to them clowns over there, and they'll tell you your hating moments. All right, so next time, Consumer Lab, guess what? We out. 50 grand.